Hello, boys and Runescape girlfriends. I'm your host, Irv, with an H and two V's, and welcome to my hardcore Iron Man journey. I have been a bad boy and I am currently in rehab, and because of this, I have been playing a lot of Runescape. I'm not fully caught up on the game or all the new in-game stuff. Like, for example, I have no clue what sailing is, or if it's safe for hardcore status. So any and all tips, feedback, or shit flinging is welcome and appreciated here on the channel. Unfortunately, I am not allowed to have my computer here in rehab, so I've been playing on mobile. Go ahead and laugh it up, bud. If you would like to feature in a video, drop a comment below. I read and feature all comments here on the channel. It can be about anything. I'm an open spellbook. Our weekly question for you is, what is your favorite skill in RuneScape, and what rank in that skill are you? With that out of the way, let's check out a comment and proceed to our most recent skill level up starting from the end of the last video update. Today's comment comes from Michael Xavier 1230, and he says, "They never give me my phone in any rehab I went to, frowny face." Well, Michael, that sucks. I would say I got lucky, but I'm going to a very expensive rehab in South Florida. I would personally say too expensive for the care we receive and the quality of the group session or classes that we have. Very expensive. I'm in PHP at the moment. I'm just happy to be out of residential treatment. We had no phones there and the quality of the people there was really low. A lot of psychosis, a lot of bickering, some punches thrown, a lot of cigarettes. It was a miserable 80 days. To say the least, it was miserable. So I wrapped up my ice giant task, so I went to Vanica to get a new assignment. And he gave me 55 hobgoblins, which is a shit assignment, but pretty convenient. I got 39 Slayer off of it, so that's cool. Then I left to do a farming run, which gave me 39 farming as well. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Cabbage Patch Kids, baby. I was in the vicinity after my Ardugan patches, so I stayed to pick the Master Farmer's pockets for a while, giving me 45 thieving, which lets me pick pocket Fremenic guards, do Sorceress's Garden minigame, no idea what the fuck that is, and now I can pick pocket bearded Polnivian bandits. Why they gotta be bearded though? I needed more law runes, so you know what's up. Running through the wildy, baby. Nobody finna catch me. And I got a whopping 50 law runes. I wonder why they're called law runes. What's the law got to do with teleporting? Odd. I noticed that I had a medium and hard clue scroll in my bank collecting dust, so I checked those out. Turns out, I can't do either of them, so I discarded them on my way to the fairy ring. I proceeded to wrap up my shitty hobgoblin task, giving me 8 points with a total of 108 Slayer points. Rune pouch, here we come. I went back to Vanica, who was chilling next door, and received a new task of 53 Ice Warriors, which is a mid-assignment. At least I get to listen to the track Starlight while I'm there. It's a bop. I went back to the Master Farmer after my farming run because I need 50 thieving for Biohazard, and we all know how I feel about thieving. It's the best skill in RuneScape. It's great. After a long while, I cranked out 48 thieving, and then I was awarded an XP lamp, and I used it to get 49 thieving. Thank you, Genie. Somebody hit up Aladdin and tell him he ain't got nothing on my thieving level. After all of that thieving, it was time for another farming run. I plucked ripe tomatoes until I hit 40 farming. I'm actually really pleased about that. Maybe I should apply to Monsanto. I now have the requirements to work at Monsanto. Speaking of requirements, I now have the thieving level requirement to do Biohazard, which I do later on in this video. But this is everything that I can do now that I'm at 50 thieving. Yay. I ran back to the agility pyramid because I need 50 agility for biohazard, and I figured I might as well get paid for my agony. Since there's a lot of clips of me getting pyramid artifacts, I figured I would take a second to let you know that you should subscribe and like. If you want to see me die, because we're doing this until I die, you should subscribe and check in every now and then and see if I'm still alive. And if you're a PvPer, I go to the wilderness quite often, specifically when I need law runes. So if you want to kill me and become a part of the content here, you should add me, and then you'll know what world I'm on. I always have my private on, so you'll know exactly where I am. Just try and catch me, bitch. While we're talking about dying, and I'm at the agility pyramid, I have actually died and lost my hardcore Iron Man status before on a different Iron Man at the agility pyramids, so I think that's fitting. I noticed that the pyramid artifacts each weigh like 15 kilograms, and so if you stack them up in your inventory, it will make you fall more. So make sure you cash those in as you get them. Big bucks. I had a Slayer craving, so I took the fairy cock ring to Shit Skipper Point so I could start my mid-tier task of killing 53 methamphetamine warriors. Get it? Because they are blue ice. And I got 55 magic, so you know what that means. We can high out, baby. Gonna make loads of cash. I can also now use a teacher wand, which I'm probably not gonna do. Harry Potter is gay. We got a medium clue from a ICE detention center, and this tickled my pickle. The anagram was for Caroline, who is located southeast of Ardugan. We killed one more cocaine warrior, giving us 40 Slayer, so now we can kill basilisk, sea snakes, and terror dogs. All of those, I have no idea what they are, but that's dope. We finished our task and now we have 116 Slayer points, getting us just a wee bit closer to a rune pouch. I went back to Vanica to get a new task and he told me to kill 40 ghouls, which I also have no idea what those are or where to find them. I decided to take a break from Slayer and farming to do the medium clue, leading us to Caroline, who wants us to answer some arbitrary question. Shut up, bitch. The next anagram leads us to Charlie the Tramp. So we talk to his bum ass. He also wants us to answer some arbitrary question. He asked me for some Fent. He then gave me some coordinates to his dealer, so I went there, and I found nobody, but there was a clue. I had everything I needed for the clue except for purple gloves, so I went to Canifis to get some. Then I went to the bridge to do a spin and salute. Yuri appeared with the cocaine and the Fent. And he gave me another clue, running around everywhere. The anagram for this one is Kaylee. So I went to find Kaylee in the Fally bar, and she gave me a casket, but only after I answered another arbitrary question. I sat down for a rest in the East Varrock Bank, and I prepared to open my casket, and I was pleased. I got a gold trim mithril plate body, adamant plate legs, some coins, and an adamant pickaxe. Most notable is the adamant pickaxe, because I only have a steel pickaxe. And so we skipped mithril pickaxe and we're straight to adamant. That's big, that's huge. I still had a few agility levels to go, so I went back to the Sandcastle of Misery. Again, if you're going to psychologically neuter me, I better get paid for it. A lobotomy and a half later, I got 47 agility, which is better than none. After getting my gnome balls twisted, I got one artifact. So I went to cash it in to make sure that I wasn't going to be falling constantly. As you saw in the last video, I tend to fall and fail a lot when I'm at the agility pyramid. My RNG here is sub. Not dom, but submissive. The RNG is very submissive here. I'm going to spare you all of the clips of me doing the agility pyramid and getting the artifacts. And skip right to me getting 48 agility. And I believe I got a total of 4 artifacts while I was here, leaving me with 80k in the bank. Big bucks. What's also noteworthy is that I can now do the Ape Atoll course, something that I'm never gonna do because I have also lost Hardcore Iron Man status while attempting Monkey Madness. So I'm never going there again. I went to Canifis to finish up the last of my 50 agility levels, and it took forever, but I got it. While gearing up to do Biohazard, I noticed that I had a easy casket in my bank, so I opened it, and I got jack shit. Then I went to start Biohazard, and I'm just gonna let you know, spoiler alert, I completed it without a hitch, no problem. I don't really want to include this in the video because I'm ready for it to be over, so I'm gonna skip to the end. I talked to King Lathis and finished the quest, and while I was there, I figured I would start Underground Pass. So I talked to him again and started Underground Pass. We will be doing that in the next update video, so look forward to me maybe dying. If you want to see whether or not I die in the next video while doing Underground Pass, make sure you subscribe and check back in. If you enjoyed anything here, like the video. And with that being said, I'll catch you later. Bye.